Elvis Aaron Presley was born on January 8, 1935, in a small two-room house in Tupelo, Mississippi. The world did not know it yet, but a quiet revolution had just taken its first breath. Long before the bright lights, the music charts, and the global fame, Elvis entered life in the simplest way possible, into a humble family, surrounded by love, faith, and a sense of deep Southern warmth. He was born a twin, though his brother Jesse did not survive. This loss shaped Elvis profoundly, leaving a quiet space in his heart that he carried throughout his life. Those who knew him often spoke of his gentleness, his sensitivity, and the way he felt emotions deeply. Even as a child, his eyes held a softness that hinted at an inner world full of imagination and longing. Elvis grew up in a close, hard-working family. His parents, Vernon and Gladys Presley, adored their son and did everything they could to provide for him despite financial struggles. They lived modestly, moving from place to place in search of stability, but what they lacked in money, they made up for in affection. Gladys, especially, was Elvis's anchor. Her nurturing presence gave him comfort, guidance, and a sense of belonging. The South of the 1930s and 1940s was a place of gospel churches, blues shacks, and country melodies drifting through warm nights. Music was everywhere. Elvis absorbed these sounds like a sponge. Gospel choirs that shook the soul, blues singers who poured their hearts into raw, emotional lines, and country musicians who told stories of love, work, and longing. Even before he understood what music truly meant, Elvis felt it. Songs moved him in a way he couldn't explain. The rhythms soothed him. The voices pulled him in. Music became a quiet refuge, a place where he could disappear into emotion and imagination. His family noticed how deeply he connected with melodies, how his entire presence changed when he heard a song he loved. At school, Elvis was shy and soft-spoken. He didn't see himself as special, and he certainly didn't imagine becoming a star. But he carried his guitar everywhere, practicing chords between classes, humming softly during breaks, and losing himself in the feeling of music. His classmates sometimes teased him for his unusual style or quiet nature, but Elvis simply kept playing. Music gave him confidence when little else did. In 1948, when Elvis was 13, his family moved to Memphis, Tennessee, a city that would change his life forever. Memphis was a crossroads of American sound, gospel from local churches, blues from Beale Street, country from the outskirts, and rhythm and blues echoing from radios and street corners. Every day, Elvis walked through a world that pulsed with music. He spent hours listening to records at local shops, studying performers at the famed all-black clubs of Beale Street, and absorbing the energy of gospel services where voices rose with passion and praise. These experiences shaped his musical identity, blending diverse influences into a style that was uniquely his. In high school, Elvis remained introverted but polite, always respectful, always kind. Teachers described him as a dreamer, someone who observed more than he spoke. But when he sang, everything changed. His voice carried warmth, longing, and sincerity. When he closed his eyes and let the music flow, people stopped to listen. There was something honest in the way he delivered a song, something deeply human. After graduating, Elvis worked various jobs to help support his parents. He drove trucks, carried loads, and worked long hours. But no matter how tired he was, he always found time to practice music. He dreamed quietly, without telling anyone. He visited Sun Records, the small Memphis studio where newcomers could record personal demos. He walked in shyly, holding his guitar, hoping to capture a moment of his sound on tape. In 1953, he recorded his first songs at Sun Studio. The staff noticed his gentle presence, his polite manners, and the mysterious spark in his voice. They couldn't quite define it, but they felt it. Something unique, something powerful, something waiting to be discovered. Elvis didn't know it yet, but he had just stepped onto the first stones of a path that would lead him into history. A path filled with passion, challenges, music, and memories that would shape generations to come. In the months following his first recordings at Sun Studio, Elvis continued visiting the small building on Union Avenue, quietly hoping that someone would hear what he felt inside. He didn't see himself as exceptional, just a young man who loved music more deeply than he could ever explain. But the universe was quietly shifting around him, preparing the moment when his voice would be truly heard. That moment arrived in 1954. Sam Phillips, the owner of Sun Records, had been searching for a white artist who could authentically capture the raw energy and soul of Black American music. a genre he deeply admired and believed deserved a broader audience. When Elvis returned to the studio to record again, Sam heard something in the young man's voice that caught his attention. It wasn't just talent, it was emotion, sincerity, and a blend of influences that felt electric. Elvis was invited to return for an informal session with guitarist Scotty Moore and bassist Bill Black. The session began quietly, with Elvis singing familiar ballads. Everyone liked him, but nothing unusual was happening. Hours passed. The room felt calm, almost routine. And then, in a moment that would change music history forever, Elvis began fooling around with a fast, playful version of "That's All Right." Something magical happened. His voice lit up with joy. His rhythm bounced with energy. His entire presence transformed. Scotty and Bill jumped in instinctively, filling the room with excitement. Sam Phillips lifted his head, instantly recognizing the spark he had been searching for. This was new. This was fresh. This was the beginning. A few days later, the song was played on the radio. Listeners were stunned. Some thought Elvis was black. Others didn't know what to think at all. But everyone agreed on one thing. They had never heard anything like it. Phone lines at the station lit up non-stop, with callers asking to hear the song again, and again, and again. Almost overnight, Elvis went from a shy, unknown young man to the center of Memphis's musical excitement. The mixture of his soulful voice, country roots, and blues influence created a sound that broke every rule. It was a bridge between worlds that had long been kept apart, black and white, rural and urban, traditional and modern. Elvis brought them together simply by being himself. Performances followed quickly. When Elvis stepped onto the stage for the first time, he was nervous, hands trembling, heart racing. But the moment he began singing, something inside him took over. His natural movements, the way he swayed and danced, were not planned or rehearsed. They were pure emotion, pure rhythm, pure instinct. Audiences went wild. Some screamed with excitement. Others were shocked or confused. But no one could look away. Elvis had a presence that pulled people in, a magnetism that felt almost supernatural. He was doing something no one had seen before, not because he was trying to be provocative, but because the music moved him that way. By late 1955, Elvis's popularity was spreading far beyond Memphis. He signed a major contract with RCA Records, opening the door to a nationwide career. His parents were overwhelmed, unsure how to navigate this sudden shift, but they supported him with love and pride. Elvis remained humble through it all, always remembering where he came from and the sacrifices his family had made. In early 1956, Elvis recorded the song that would catapult him into superstardom, Heartbreak Hotel. The haunting tune, inspired by a tragic newspaper story, showcased the depth of his voice and the raw emotion he carried. When the song hit the airwaves, America stopped to listen. People felt something unusual. Sadness, longing, mystery, and beauty all mixed into a single voice. Then came television. Elvis's first appearances caused a cultural earthquake. His voice, his movements, his style. They stirred excitement and controversy in equal measure. Critics didn't know what to make of him. But young people understood instantly. They saw freedom, expression, emotion. Elvis became a symbol of change in a world still holding tightly to old rules. As his fame grew, so did his responsibilities. Tours became larger, audiences louder, and the spotlight brighter. Yet through all the chaos, Elvis remained a soft-spoken man with deep gratitude for every moment. He kept close to his family, especially his beloved mother, Gladys. Her presence grounded him, giving him strength and comfort as his life transformed at lightning speed. By the end of 1956, Elvis Presley was no longer just a rising star. He was a phenomenon, a name on every radio, every magazine, every television screen. The boy from Tupelo had become the voice of a new era, and his journey had only just begun. As 1956 turned into 1957, Elvis found himself at the center of a cultural transformation he had never expected. He was still the same gentle, humble young man inside, but the world now saw him as a symbol of revolution. His concerts grew wilder, with audiences screaming, crying, and reaching out toward him with overwhelming emotion. For many young fans, Elvis represented freedom. He brought a new kind of energy, an invitation to feel, to move, to express. But fame came with challenges. Critics accused him of being too provocative, too different, too bold. Some viewed his dance moves as shocking, while others feared the impact he had on youth culture. Elvis wasn't trying to cause trouble. He was simply being himself, letting the music guide him. Yet the controversy only made him more famous. The more the world tried to define him, the more people were drawn to his sincerity. During this time, Elvis purchased his first major home, Graceland. Located on a quiet street in Memphis, Graceland became his sanctuary, a peaceful place where he could retreat from the chaos of fame. Surrounded by fields, trees, and the comforting warmth of the South, Elvis poured his heart into making it a home for his family. His mother and father lived there with him, and their presence made the mansion feel less like a symbol of success and more like a shelter of love. Elvis adored his mother deeply. Gladys was the stabilizing force in his life, the person who understood him completely. He joked with her, confided in her, and carried her warmth wherever he went. Their bond was unbreakable, and Elvis's success brought her immense joy. She would often accompany him to shows, watching proudly as her son lit up the world. In 1958, just as Elvis was reaching the height of his early fame, he received a letter that would change the course of his life, a draft notice from the United States Army. Fans begged him not to go. Studios urged him to find a loophole, but Elvis made a decision that revealed his character. He would serve, just like any other young man. He believed it was the right thing to do, and he approached it with humility and honor. Before leaving for military service, Elvis's world was shaken by heartbreak. His beloved mother Gladys became gravely ill. Elvis rushed home to be by her side, holding her hand, crying softly, and pleading for her recovery. Despite his hopes, Gladys passed away on August 14, 1958. Her death devastated Elvis deeply. Those who saw him described his grief as overwhelming, like the loss of a part of his soul. Even in the midst of heartbreak, Elvis honored his commitment to the Army. He left for basic training in September 1958, carrying his sorrow quietly. The Army brought a profound change to his life. There were no screaming fans, no bright lights, no cameras, just discipline, routine, and long reflective nights. Elvis worked hard, followed orders, and earned the respect of his fellow soldiers. They saw not a superstar, but a polite, hard-working young man who never used his fame to seek special treatment. During his service in Germany, Elvis found moments of peace. He read books, listened to music, and spent time alone processing his grief. He also met new friends who offered comfort and companionship during a difficult time. In the quiet of his barracks, Elvis practiced his guitar softly, whispering melodies into the night. Music remained his refuge, even when the world around him felt heavy. By the time he returned home in 1960, Elvis had changed. He was older, wiser, and more introspective. The world had changed too, eager for his return, waiting to see what he would create next. Elvis stepped back into the spotlight with grace, releasing new music that showcased a richer voice, deeper emotion, and a newfound maturity shaped by the experiences he had endured. His triumphant return marked the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with iconic films, chart-topping hits, and performances that revealed the full depth of his evolving artistry. When Elvis returned from the Army in 1960, the world embraced him with open arms. Fans who had waited anxiously during his service were thrilled to hear his voice again, and radio stations across America played his new songs the moment they were released. His first major recording after returning, "Stuck on You," shot to #1 almost instantly, proving that his connection with the public had not faded at all. Elvis stepped confidently into a new era of his career, one defined by polished vocals, smoother arrangements, and a more mature artistic presence. He transitioned naturally into film, becoming a prominent Hollywood figure. Though many of the movies were lighthearted and musical, they showcased his charisma, charm, and ability to bring warmth to the screen. Films like Blue Hawaii, Viva Las Vegas, and Jailhouse Rock became cultural staples, each reflecting Elvis's unique blend of energy and vulnerability. Despite the glamour of Hollywood, Elvis often felt a quiet longing inside. Acting was enjoyable, but it wasn't the same as performing on a live stage. He missed the electricity of an audience, the way music flowed through him, the emotional exchange between performer and listener. Still, he approached every film with professionalism and a desire to give his best. His natural presence captivated fans, making him one of the most beloved screen personalities of the decade. Through the 1960s, Elvis released a steady stream of successful songs, including heartfelt ballads, gospel recordings, and upbeat hits. His voice grew deeper and more expressive, capable of delivering tenderness, sorrow, joy, and power. He became especially known for his soulful interpretations, songs that carried emotion in every note. Gospel music, in particular, remained one of his greatest passions. Singing it gave him comfort and a sense of spiritual grounding. But as the decade rolled on, the musical landscape changed dramatically. Rock music evolved, new artists emerged, the world's tastes shifted, and Elvis, absorbed in Hollywood commitments, found himself slowly drifting from the cutting edge of the music scene. His films, once magical, began to feel repetitive. He wanted something more, something real, something honest. By the late 1960s, Elvis felt a growing desire to reconnect with the raw energy that had defined his early career. He wanted to return to the stage, to return to the music, to rediscover the spark that had first ignited inside him as a child in Tupelo and a teenager in Memphis. He missed the excitement, the risk, the authenticity. In 1968, he took a bold step toward reclaiming his identity. He agreed to do a televised special, a performance that would later be known simply as the '68 Comeback Special. Dressed in black leather, surrounded by an intimate audience, Elvis delivered one of the most electrifying performances of his life. His voice was powerful, expressive, and full of emotion. His movements were sharp and confident. His presence was magnetic. The special reminded the world exactly who he was. Not just a movie star, not just a cultural icon, but a true musician, a performer whose soul came alive on stage. Critics praised the performance as a triumph. Fans rejoiced. And Elvis himself felt reborn. He had stepped back into his true self, a man guided by music, fueled by emotion, and connected deeply to his craft. The success of the '68 Comeback Special opened the door to the next great chapter of Elvis's career, his legendary Las Vegas era. In 1969, he returned to live performances with an intensity and passion that surprised even his biggest supporters. His voice had grown richer. His presence was more commanding. His energy seemed endless. Audiences filled the International Hotel night after night, mesmerized by his power and sincerity. On stage in Las Vegas, Elvis rediscovered the magic that had carried him from small-town Mississippi to global fame. His shows blended ballads, rock classics, gospel influences, and dramatic arrangements. He sang with his entire soul, chest rising, eyes shining, emotions pouring into every lyric. Even the quiet songs carried weight, pulling the audience into a shared moment of vulnerability and beauty. This period rekindled Elvis's spirit. It brought him joy, purpose, and a renewed sense of connection to the world. He devoted himself to performing, delivering hundreds of shows filled with passion and authenticity. Night after night, he reminded audiences why he was known as the King of Rock and Roll. The early 1970s marked a period of extraordinary creativity and emotional depth in Elvis's life. His Las Vegas performances had reignited his artistic fire, and he poured that passion into new recordings, powerful concerts, and a deeper exploration of the music he loved most: rock, soul, country, and gospel. His voice, now rich and resonant, carried layers of experience that touched listeners in ways few artists could. In 1970, he embarked on a series of documentary-style projects that offered fans a rare glimpse into his world. Elvis, That's the Way It Is, captured rehearsals, backstage moments, and triumphant performances on stage. Viewers could see the intensity in his eyes, the focus in his preparation, and the joy he felt when the music came alive. Even in quiet scenes, Elvis radiated warmth, humor, and kindness, the traits that made him beloved by those who knew him personally. This period also brought some of his most iconic musical moments. Songs like The Wonder of You, Suspicious Minds, My Way, and In the Ghetto became staples of his live shows. His emotional delivery turned each performance into a story, full of longing, hope, heartbreak, and raw truth. When he sang, he seemed to open his heart completely, inviting audiences into the deepest parts of his soul. Elvis's connection to gospel music deepened even further. It was his refuge, his spiritual grounding, and his way of expressing the tenderness he often kept hidden. Recording gospel albums brought him immense comfort, reminding him of his childhood roots, his mother's gentle voice, and the sacred warmth of Southern churches. These recordings earned him Grammy Awards, a testament to the sincerity and power of his faith-driven performances. But life, even for a legend, carried difficulties. Fame placed immense pressure on Elvis. The expectations, the constant demands, and the loss of privacy weighed heavily on him. His marriage to Priscilla, filled with moments of love and joy, also faced challenges that came with his intense lifestyle. Despite their deep bond, the couple eventually separated, sharing a mutual understanding that their lives had taken different paths. Elvis remained devoted to his daughter, Lisa Marie, whose presence brought him happiness and a sense of grounding. As the years moved forward, Elvis's tours grew larger and more demanding. The schedule was relentless. City after city, show after show, he gave everything he had to his performances. On stage, he looked radiant, smiling, laughing, sharing his heart with thousands of fans who adored him. But behind the scenes, exhaustion lurked. He struggled with sleep, with stress, and with the weight of carrying a legacy that had grown beyond anything he ever imagined. Still, he continued to create. He recorded emotional ballads, powerful anthems, and heart-touching interpretations of classic songs. His voice remained a force of nature, capable of stirring deep emotion with a single note. Even when physically tired, his connection to music never faded. It was the thread that held him together, the companion that had walked with him from childhood into adulthood. In 1973, Elvis performed the groundbreaking Aloha from Hawaii concert, the first solo concert ever broadcast live via satellite. It reached more than 1 billion viewers worldwide, a testament to his enduring popularity and the global impact of his music. Dressed in his iconic white jumpsuit adorned with intricate details, Elvis delivered a performance filled with strength, vulnerability, and timeless beauty. People across continents felt the sincerity in his voice, the purity of his emotion, and the unmistakable charisma that defined him. Even as his personal challenges grew, Elvis remained dedicated to his craft. His shows, though demanding, were moments of connection that sustained him. Night after night, he walked onto the stage carrying the weight of his struggles, yet he sang with all the heart he had left. To the audience, he was a beacon of music and memory, a symbol of passion, resilience, and the power of performance. Through the mid-1970s, Elvis balanced moments of brilliance with periods of difficulty, but no matter what he faced, he never stopped giving himself to the music. His life had always been entwined with song, from gospel hymns in a small Mississippi church to stadiums filled with thousands who felt his spirit through every lyric. Music was not just what he did, it was who he was. By the late 1970s, Elvis's life had become a complex mixture of triumph and struggle. On stage, he still shone with a light that few could match. His voice, seasoned by time and experience, carried an emotional depth that touched audiences profoundly. Concert halls continued to fill with fans eager to see him, some for the first time, others returning again and again just to feel the magic of his presence. Yet off stage, the weight of years in the spotlight pressed heavily on him. The constant demands of touring, ongoing health issues, and the strain of trying to live up to the image the world had created around him took a toll. Elvis was a human being with a tender heart, fragile emotions, and a longing for peace that fame could never fully satisfy. At Graceland, however, he still found moments of comfort. The mansion, with its familiar rooms and quiet halls, remained his sanctuary. He spent time there surrounded by family, close friends, and staff who cared deeply for him. They saw not the king of rock and roll, but the gentleman underneath, the one who loved to laugh, tell stories, and share simple moments of connection. Elvis had a playful sense of humor, often making jokes and lighthearted comments to put people at ease. He enjoyed late-night conversations, gospel sing-alongs, and times when he could let down his guard. In these private moments, the pressure of the outside world seemed to fade, replaced by warmth, nostalgia, and a sense of belonging. But even within that safety, the years of pushing himself physically and emotionally began to show. His schedule remained intense, with frequent performances and travel. He struggled with fatigue and relied on medication to manage pain, stress, and insomnia. Those closest to him grew concerned, yet Elvis continued to step onto the stage, giving everything he had left each night. Despite his struggles, the love he received from fans never wavered. At every show, people stood with tears in their eyes, singing along to songs that had shaped the soundtrack of their lives. Couples held hands during his ballads. Children who had grown up with his music brought their own families to see him. For many, seeing Elvis perform was not just entertainment, it was a deeply emotional experience, a moment they would remember forever. In his final years, Elvis's performances were filled with a bittersweet beauty. His voice could still rise powerfully, filled with passion and sincerity. When he sang songs like Unchained Melody, Hurt, or My Way, there was a raw honesty that spoke to the fragility of life. The lyrics seemed to reflect his own journey, its triumphs, its pain, and its undeniable humanity. On August 16, 1977, the world received the news that Elvis Presley had passed away at Graceland. The announcement echoed across television and radio, sending a wave of shock and sorrow through millions of hearts. People gathered outside the gates of Graceland, leaving flowers, letters, and quiet prayers. Radio stations played his music for hours. Strangers comforted each other, connected by a shared sense of loss. Though his physical life had come to an end, the impact of his presence remained very much alive. His voice continued to fill rooms, his films played on television, and his image smiled from photographs and posters around the world. Fans mourned not just the loss of an icon, but of a man whose music had walked with them through their own journeys, through youth, love, heartbreak, and hope. In the days that followed, Graceland became a place of pilgrimage. People traveled from near and far to stand quietly at his resting place, to whisper thank you, to feel close to someone who had never met them, yet somehow knew their hearts. The mansion, once simply a home for Elvis and his family, transformed into a symbol of a life that had touched countless souls. Elvis's passing marked the end of an era, but it did not dim the light he had brought into the world. His influence on music, culture, and performance lived on in artists who followed, in fans who cherished his memory, and in the songs that continued to fill the air like gentle echoes of his spirit. In the years after Elvis's passing, the world slowly began to understand the true magnitude of the legacy he left behind. His music continued to spread across generations, carrying the same warmth, longing, and emotion it had when he first stepped into the studio in Memphis. Children who weren't even born during his lifetime grew up listening to his songs, discovering his voice as if it were a familiar friend waiting to be found. Elvis's influence became woven into the fabric of modern culture. The artists who came after him, singers, dancers, musicians, performers, carried pieces of his style, his passion, and his innovation. They borrowed from his boldness, his vulnerability, and his fearless dedication to expressing truth through music. His presence could be sensed in the way people moved on stage, the way voices reached for emotion, and the way performances sought to touch the soul. Graceland transformed into a place of remembrance and peace. Visitors walked slowly through the halls, taking in the quiet elegance of the rooms Elvis once lived in. They stood before his guitars, his stage outfits, his photographs, feeling a connection to the man who once walked those same floors with gentleness in his step. Outside, the meditation garden offered a space for reflection, where fans could pause, breathe, and honor the memory of someone who had touched their hearts. Each year, on the anniversary of his passing, thousands gathered at Graceland with candles glowing softly in the warm night air. It was not a gathering of sadness, but one of gratitude. People shared stories of how Elvis's music had comforted them during difficult times, how his voice had helped them through heartbreak, or how his performances had inspired them to chase their own dreams. As time continued to move forward, Elvis's legacy remained unwavering. His songs still carried the tenderness of a man who felt deeply. His ballads still held the ache of longing. His upbeat tracks still sparked joy, laughter, and a desire to get up and dance. His gospel recordings still brought peace to those seeking comfort. No matter the decade, his music felt alive, timeless, familiar, and full of emotion. And even now, in quiet moments late at night, somewhere in the world, someone presses play on an Elvis song. A soft voice fills a room. A melody drifts through a quiet home. A listener closes their eyes and feels the comfort of a sound that has traveled across time. There is something soothing in his voice, something that feels like understanding, like compassion, like a gentle reminder that we are never truly alone. Elvis's story is one of extraordinary highs and vulnerable lows. It is a story of passion, creativity, courage, and deep humanity. He lived with intensity, loved with sincerity, and gave everything he had to his art. His journey shows us that even those who seem larger than life carry quiet dreams, fragile emotions, and tender hopes. As this story settles comfortably in your mind, allow yourself to drift into a place of rest. Feel the warmth of Elvis's legacy wrapping around you like a soft blanket, a reminder of beauty, music, and the deep connection humans share through emotion. Let your thoughts slow. Let your breathing deepen. There is nothing you need to do now. No expectations, no noise, just peace. Elvis once said that music was his way of expressing the things he couldn't put into words. Tonight, let his life and his songs speak gently to you, guiding you into calmness. Let the memories, the melodies, and the sincerity of his spirit ease your heart and lighten your mind. As you close your eyes, imagine the soft glow of Graceland at dusk, the quiet breeze passing through the trees, and the distant echo of a familiar tune floating through the air. Feel the comfort of stillness. Allow yourself to relax completely. You are safe, you are warm, you are at peace. And as the final whispers of Elvis's story fade into silence, let yourself drift slowly and gently into deep, restful sleep. As the echo of Elvis's journey gently fades into the background, imagine yourself drifting into a soft, peaceful space where time moves slowly, like a warm breeze passing through tall summer trees. The story you've just heard, filled with music, tenderness, passion, and humanity, now becomes a quiet companion to your own breath, easing your mind into deeper calm. Allow yourself to picture a quiet evening in Memphis, the sky turning a gentle shade of lavender as the sun sets behind the horizon. The warm glow of streetlights begins to shimmer, and the soft hum of distant music floats through the air. Somewhere not far from you, a familiar voice hums a melody, steady, comforting, and full of emotion. You take a slow breath, feeling the weight of the day melt away. The rhythm of your breathing matches the slow, soothing pace of the world around you. In this quiet space, nothing is rushed, nothing is expected. There is only peace, the gentle warmth of memory, and the soft glow of a story that now rests in your heart. Imagine walking along a peaceful path lined with magnolia trees, their blossoms releasing a sweet, calming fragrance into the night. The air is cool but comforting. The sky above you is clear, sprinkled with stars that shine like tiny lanterns guiding you toward rest. Each step feels lighter than the last, as if the world is encouraging you to let go, to relax, to drift further into stillness. In the distance, you see the outline of Graceland bathed in soft golden light. It stands quietly, welcoming you with the same warmth it once offered Elvis, a place of reflection, comfort, and gentle memories. The windows glow softly and the trees sway lightly in the calm night breeze. Everything feels safe. Everything feels serene. You pause at the meditation garden, where the world seems to stand perfectly still. The air is peaceful, carrying with it a sense of reverence and gratitude. You close your eyes for a moment, letting your thoughts settle like feathers drifting to the ground. You feel connected not just to Elvis's story, but to your own inner quiet, the part of you that longs for rest, for healing, for moments of deep comfort. You breathe in slowly, letting that peaceful feeling fill your chest. The garden, the trees, the soft glow of Graceland, all of it combines to create a space where your mind can finally let go. The worries of the day begin to fall away, fading gently into the background like the last notes of a lullaby. As you open your eyes, the night sky seems even more beautiful, the stars shimmering with a soft, soothing rhythm. You begin walking again, feeling lighter than before. Each breath takes you deeper into calmness. Each heartbeat guides you closer to sleep. You hear a gentle melody floating through the air, distant, nostalgic, almost like a memory from another lifetime. It carries the softness of Elvis's voice, the tenderness he poured into every note, the sincerity he shared with the world. The melody wraps around you like a warm blanket, comforting and familiar. You find a quiet place to rest beneath a magnolia tree, its branches swaying gently overhead. The grass beneath you is soft, cool, and welcoming. As you lie down, the night sky expands above you, a peaceful tapestry of stars and moonlight. The world feels calm, still, safe. Your breathing slows, your body relaxes, your mind settles into quiet. The melody fades into a soft hum, blending perfectly with the rhythm of your breath. You feel the story settling in your heart like a gentle whisper, reminding you that you are allowed to rest, to release, to drift into sleep. Tonight, you are held by peace. Tonight, your mind can rest. Tonight, you drift softly into dreams, carried by music, memory, and the quiet warmth of Elvis's legacy. As you continue resting beneath the quiet magnolia tree, feel the gentle softness of the night settling around you. The air is warm and still, carrying the faint scent of blooming flowers and the distant echo of a melody that seems to float endlessly across time. The world feels far away now, calm, slow, peaceful, like a memory gently fading into the background of your mind. Imagine the soft glow of moonlight falling across the garden, illuminating the pathways with a delicate silver hue. The leaves shimmer in the gentle breeze, their movements slow and graceful, as if they too are drifting into rest. Everything around you feels hushed, reverent, as though the night itself is watching over you with a protective, comforting presence. You can almost hear Elvis humming somewhere in the stillness, not as a performer on a grand stage, but as a gentle soul singing softly to himself, letting the music flow from his heart in the way he always did when he was alone. His voice feels close, warm, familiar, a quiet reassurance that you are safe, that the world can wait, that this moment belongs only to you. The more you listen, the more relaxed you become. Your breathing grows slower, deeper. The rhythm of your breath blends with the natural sounds of the night, creating a peaceful harmony that guides your mind toward deeper rest. Each inhale fills your chest with warmth. Each exhale releases tension you no longer need to carry. The stars above you seem to shimmer with a soft, steady pulse, like tiny lanterns scattered across the sky. They glow gently, offering quiet comfort as you sink deeper into stillness. You feel a sense of connection to something timeless, something that has existed long before you and will continue long after. A peaceful reminder that you are part of something vast, beautiful, and calm. As you lie beneath the magnolia tree, imagine the branches creating a natural canopy overhead, shielding you from the noise and weight of the outside world. The leaves filter the moonlight into soft patterns that move slowly across the ground, like waves of peace drifting across your mind. You are wrapped in tranquility, embraced by silence. Your thoughts begin to drift, slowly, gently, like clouds moving across a quiet sky. They lose their sharpness, their urgency, becoming lighter with each passing moment. Whatever questions or worries you carried earlier in the day now feel distant, softened, unimportant. The night has taken them from you, holding them gently so your mind can finally rest. You feel the softness of the earth beneath you, steady and grounding. You feel the cool night breeze brushing lightly against your skin. You feel the peaceful darkness surrounding you like a protective cocoon. Everything in this moment is aligned for rest, for sleep, for serenity. The distant melody returns, soft, delicate, almost like a lullaby carried by the wind. It weaves itself through the air, wrapping you in a sense of nostalgia and comfort. It isn't loud, it isn't demanding, it simply exists, gentle, constant, reassuring. A whisper from the past reminding you that everything is okay, that you can let go, that you can drift. Your body grows heavier and softer with each breath. Your limbs relax. Your chest rises and falls effortlessly. Your heart beats with steady, quiet rhythm. You feel yourself sinking into the ground beneath you, supported, cared for, surrounded by calm. In this peaceful place, the world fades into a soft blur. Your thoughts become quiet. Your breathing becomes slow. Your heart becomes light. And as the final murmurs of the night envelop you in silence, you feel yourself drifting deeper and deeper into a dreamlike stillness where rest comes easily and sleep embraces you with warmth. Let go, breathe slowly, and allow yourself to drift into peaceful, gentle sleep. As the soft night continues to wrap around you, feel a deeper stillness settling into your body, like a gentle tide drawing you toward a place of complete rest. The world beyond this quiet garden seems distant now, softened by the calm of the evening and the tenderness of memory. You are safe here. You are held by silence, by comfort, by the delicate whisper of peace. Imagine the magnolia blossoms above you beginning to sway more slowly, their petals glowing faintly beneath the moonlight. Each movement feels intentional, soothing, as if the tree itself is singing a lullaby made of light and calmness. The shadows around you stretch softly, creating shapes that feel familiar, warm, and peaceful. The melody you heard earlier returns once again, so faint, so effortless, that it almost feels like the rhythm of your own heartbeat. It carries the gentleness of Elvis's voice, but quieter now, softer, as though it exists only to guide you into deeper relaxation. Each note settles over you like falling feathers, weightless and comforting. You breathe in slowly, drawing the cool night air all the way into your lungs. It feels clean, refreshing, filled with a quiet sweetness that relaxes your mind. As you exhale, you feel tension drifting away from you, dissolving into the air like mist. Everything becomes easier, softer, simpler. You imagine yourself moving deeper into the garden, following a path lit by tiny fireflies glowing like floating stars. Their light flickers gently, never too bright, never too dark, creating a feeling of safety as you walk. Each step takes you further from the noise of the world and closer to a peaceful dream. Soon you come across a small wooden bench nestled beneath a willow tree. The branches hang like curtains of silver green, swaying slowly in the quiet night breeze. You sit down and feel the warmth still lingering in the wood. It feels grounding, comforting, like a familiar embrace. Above you, the branches whisper softly, their leaves brushing against one another in slow, soothing patterns. The sound is gentle, like distant waves moving over sand. It calms your mind even further, inviting your thoughts to slow until there is nothing left but stillness. In this peaceful moment, memories drift into your awareness. Memories of Elvis's story, of his journey, of the music that touched so many hearts. Not as sharp images, but as warm impressions, soft colors, gentle emotions. You feel gratitude for the life he lived, for the beauty he shared, for the comfort his music continues to bring to the world. The night deepens. The stars grow brighter, stretching across the sky in a calming tapestry of silver light. The moon glows softly, casting a peaceful shimmer on the garden path. Everything around you feels slow and quiet, as though time itself has begun to breathe with you. Your eyelids grow heavy. Your breathing becomes slow. Your mind grows light. You feel your entire body sinking into a deeper layer of rest. Muscles loosening, shoulders relaxing, chest rising and falling with gentle ease. Every part of you is ready to drift, ready to release, ready to sleep. The night holds you with tender hands, protecting your quiet, guiding your dreams. You feel the calmness spreading through you like warm light, soft, steady, serene. Nothing pulls at your thoughts. Nothing demands your attention. The world has faded into a gentle hum. As the final echoes of the melody dissolve into silence, you allow yourself to surrender fully to rest. You are embraced by comfort, surrounded by peace, guided by the quiet beauty of this moment. Sleep waits for you now, soft, warm, welcoming. Let go, fall gently, and drift into a deep, peaceful dream. And now, as the night settles into its quietest hour, allow the final traces of Elvis's story to drift gently through your mind, like a soft breeze moving across a peaceful southern landscape. His journey, filled with brilliance and vulnerability, rises and falls in your memory like a distant melody, warm, familiar, comforting. It reminds you that even the brightest stars carry tender hearts, and even the greatest legends seek moments of quiet and rest. Elvis's voice, so full of emotion and depth, continues to echo softly across time, not loudly, not urgently, but gently, like a whisper meant only for those who pause long enough to listen. His music lives in small memories, in quiet rooms, in simple moments when someone presses play just to feel something real. Through every note, he offered the world pieces of himself, pieces that still shine with honesty and warmth today. As you breathe slowly, imagine those soft echoes fading into the calm of the night, dissolving into the air like stardust. They do not disappear. They simply settle into a deeper part of you, becoming part of your own quiet landscape, a place you can return to whenever your mind needs peace. Feel your body sinking deeper into rest now, as if the story itself is guiding you gently towards sleep. Let your shoulders loosen. Let your breath deepen. There is nothing you need to hold on to, nothing you need to solve, nothing you need to think about. Just the soft remembrance of a man who gave the world his voice, his passion, and his heart. Elvis once stood on the biggest stages in the world, lights shining, thousands of faces watching. But in moments like this, moments of quiet, what remains is the essence of who he truly was. Not the icon, not the legend, but the human being beneath it all. A gentle soul who loved deeply, felt deeply, and believed in the power of music to heal. Tonight, let that gentleness wrap around you like a warm blanket. Let it reassure you. Let it guide you towards stillness. The world outside grows dim and distant now, fading into the soft edges of your thoughts. The night takes you slowly, calmly, peacefully. You are safe here. You are warm here. You are allowed to rest. And as your eyes grow heavier, imagine the soft glow of Graceland fading into the horizon, becoming just a warm silhouette in the quiet of your dreams. The music softens. The world quiets. Your breath slows. Your mind releases its weight. Let yourself drift now, gently, effortlessly, into a deep, peaceful sleep, carried by story, carried by calmness, carried by the enduring warmth of Elvis Presley's spirit. Good night, and rest well.